Oh, yeah. We got a crossing guard in the house, yo, because we whopping up those jams. Womp it up. It's caution, bitch. Don't go too fast because there's children crossing. And I gotta do this. I was trying to find
bail on it. That was great.
I was trying to find the thread, you know?
You were just doing
I was
crossing
getting
guard
so excited
specifics.
because Dove Washington, our crossing guard, is here.
I'm here.
And she's always doing little raps for us so we can remember what the signs mean. You gotta stop your body when you see red. You
Not
know?
so much of a rap as it is a song, like
it
a
is
standard.
A song. I call any type of singing rapping.
You're rapping.
Why not?
Why not?
Rap is just a subgenre of singing, as is yodeling, as is spoken poetry.
Well, she's an active member in her church choir.
Yes.
She has some of the most beautiful nails I've ever seen.
That's true.
Thank you.
She was a hand model in the early 80s.
From 1982 to 1984.
For Zales? What was it?
Zales, for Jared's Jeweler, for Kay Jeweler, for Larry's Jeweler, for Carl Jr.'s Jeweler.
I didn't realize they had, because that was before they were
in
burgers.
gems. They were in gems
fine
before
gemstones.
they got fine gemstones.
Yes.
And Dove Washington is the kind of woman who is living a true fuck yes life.
Yes.
She loves it. You work from what? 7 a.m. to 9?
To 9, and then I have a break because school is in session.
And is that when you go to get your nails filled and all of that?
I get them filled, I get them shaped, I get them polished. Sometimes I'll go looking for bees, and if I find a dead bee, I'll bring it to the nail salon, and they'll put it in my nail.
Why?
Because bees are the spice of life.
Oh, okay.
A bee is your spirit animal.
Yeah,
and I know
that's right.
I see that because a lot of times we'll find you in a yellow and a black ensemble.
Yes.
Right?
I thought that was just so that that it coordinates because they make you wear that very unflattering orange vest.
Yes, it does add pounds.
That's right. It does, just like the camera, but you bedazzle it, which I love.
Yes, I bedazzled my name on the front and the back.
That's right.
I bedazzled look both ways, so in case you're a deaf child,
That's right.
you can't hear me say it, you can see it.
Well, I have to
Well, we
say,
can definitely see you. And I see you.
and I see you. I both see your out and I see inside.
Both
Yes.
of you.
Yes.
You are both beautiful people. You are both caring people. I feel like, did you ever read Harry Potter?
Yeah.
You know what a Horcrux is?
What?
So a Horcrux is a piece of Voldemort, and it's not good.
I'm scared. What do you mean? A piece of him?
He who
Piece
shall not
of-
be named.
Yes, a piece of his soul, if you will.
He gets inside of you?
This
Yes.
is going to be a little too scary for
feel
Marissa.
really scared.
But that's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I was going to say your good Horcruxes of the greater good.
Can I ask a quick question about Harry Potter? And this is real.
Sure.
Careful.
Death Eaters.
Yes.
They suck the life out of you?
No.
Death
Okay.
Eaters are Voldemort's followers, and they're called Death Eaters, much like what do they call motorcycle people?
The Hells Angels?
Yes, they're not from hell and they're not angels.
Okay, so they don't eat you. Were they once people?
They're still people.
But
They're wizards. They're wizards who follow Voldemort.
What are the black things that show up in the night?
Those are Dementors.
That's what you're thinking of.
I get them confused.
That's what you're
Dementors
thinking of.
are like black ghosts that suck your breath out,
Yes, and they make you breathless and scared.
and that
Cold,
is
they go
not
through you.
a Death Eater.
No.
No.
Okay. See, it's too much backstory.
It is a lot. It is a lot.
But you have a lot of time to read.
I do from 9 to about 3 p.m.
You're reading.
If I'm not looking for bees or getting my nails done, I'm reading Harry Potter over and over and
again.
over
Can I
Got
ask
it.
you a question,
Yes,
Dove?
please.
Were you ever trained as a dancer? Because the moves that you're bringing, the hot
When you
boobs.
cross, Now,
when
some
you cross
people,
or
some
allow
people
other
are
people to
changing
cross.
their commute
Yes.
to be in a school district,
It's
even
like
though
at
you
Christmas
can only.
time.
That's
how
right.
you want to drive down certain
Yes.
streets.
Well, also because during Christmas time, your vest
My
is
vest
lights up.
lights up.
Now, do you have a battery pack?
I put a battery pack. Well, I have a battery pack in my body because my heart has a battery in it.
You're like a pacemaker?
Yes.
But you're hooking shit up to that? Because I don't think you
Yes.
should.
That seems unsafe
that
to me.
seems
Oh, you
unsafe.
think? Well, I think of myself as an outlet. You know, there's 2 plugs in an outlet. So why not plug things into me? And it's sustainable energy.
All right. Okay. Listen, you're still kicking.
Well, I will
so-
say this:
kicking.
you are an outlet in many ways.
Yeah.
for good.
Lighting us all up.
For good.
Boy, thank you so much.
Lighten us up.
A lot
I
of
will
energy.
say this, when people sell houses, they use me as a selling point, that they'll have a house near me to
Yeah.
watch. And to answer your previous question, I was a dancer. From 1961 to 1972, I danced with Baryshnikov.
No.
I sure did.
Wow, that
Yes.
must have been early in his career.
Very, very
Wow.
early. Yes, we used to dance.
You were partners.
We were partners, and I was about 242 pounds lighter than I am
That's
now.
what I was going to
Okay,
say. I was
okay.
going to say because you don't have a dancer's body
I
per
sure
se.
don't, but I do have a dancer skeleton. And it's underneath all of the rolls.
Well, I got to tell you, it's the roles more of you to love as far as I'm concerned of.
That's
because
what my husband says.
you know, and you're married.
I am. Oh, you didn't
We
know?
don't know your husband.
Dove,
Oh,
we don't know. Who is
no.
your husband? Is it someone from the community?
It is someone from the community. His name is George
Washington. George Washington.
Yes. George Washington is my
Wow.
husband.
And what does he do?
He's a George Washington impersonator.
Isn't that interesting?
You wouldn't think there's a market for it, but there's a
Interesting.
lot of nerdy children out there who request him.
That is fascinating, Dove. That's fascinating.
Yes.
Well, we're going to dive more into Dove. Obviously, what do we know about Dove? All I'm looking is the outside, and I know she's such a warm spirit, but I don't know. Did you have children? You know what?
I did.
You did.
I did, but I don't know where they are.
Oh, we connect
Yes.
there. We connect.
Yes.
There. Now, Marissa, you should probably tell everyone what they're listening to, because so far we haven't said anything about, who they're listening to.
I'm feeling, can I just be hashtag authentic with you? This is a little bit like when you meet like somebody from, like you meet, God, what's a good example? Someone from your favorite sitcom and you think they're going to be like Chandler Bing. You think Matthew Perry's going to be just like that. And then he's different. I'm just worried because I have Dove, the idea of Dove in my mind as a certain person.
Am I not delivering?
No, you are. You are, Dove. But I'm just like, you are for me a mother figure.
Oh.
I don't have a mother. Really? I mean, I do, but she's in Orlando shacking up
been
with a
for a
hairless
long
Puerto
time.
Rican trainer named
Closest.
Tony Rodriguez.
Oh.
But I'm just worried because once I peel back the layers and I find out who the real Dove Washington is, like, is that going to shatter whatever dream I have of you?
You mean like that she's married and has children of her own?
That
and
she
you
doesn't
can't
know
be-
where they are.
Well, I can
Oh, I
explain
see.
it. We went on vacation. We went to the Grand Canyon.
Is this like that movie with Naomi Watts where the tsunami came and she was trying to hang on to one of them?
No. There was no water involved because we were at the canyon, the Grand Canyon. And my daughter, Christy, was 10 at the time, and she said, Mom, I think I want to stay here. And I said, that's insane. Okay. So she lives in the Grand Canyon, and she doesn't have a phone, and she just lives, amongst the earth. And
She's only 10 and you left her there?
She was 10.
well, she was 10. That was in 1987. So now she's around
5 years after your hand modeling career.
Yes. Oh, good math. Good math.
Thank you.
I'm terrible at math. What's an algorithm?
I don't know what that is either.
I think that's math.
Well, you don't need to know it. That's the good news.
No, I
So
don't.
you've got one child living
One child.
feral.
Yeah, I guess that's a good word for it.
Yep.
Hey, that could be a good name for a sitcom, Living
Living
Feral.
That's right.
Can it star Will Ferrell?
Yeah, or maybe
that's nice.
I was going to say Farrell Fawcett, but that's
Not a
not
real
neither
person.
the name
That
and
is a
also
drag
Farrah
queen,
Fawcett is
a
dead.
rival of Candace
Did
B.
she?
Happening.
She passed.
Oh.
Farrah did. Farrah, R.I.P.
She burned up in that bed, right?
No, burned up in that
Oh,
bed.
I'm remembering a movie.
God,
TV
this is
movie.
dark. What?
I'm remembering a TV movie.
Hey, Lifetime coming out with some real scary shows. I drove past a billboard for one called, I think it's about stalkers, and it's called Some People You Don't Want to Follow, or Not Everybody Wants to Be Followed.
Oh, yes, and that man from the Gossip Girl is
What
in
did
it.
the fuck? Why? Now, what is that? That I thought it was a real life thing about people stalking people, and I was scared.
No, it's a movie.
Simply by it's a movie.
It is a movie. It's a narrative. It's fiction. I will say this. There are a lot of movies about stalking women. And there's a lot of TV shows about bad things happening to women.
And I don't want to see it.
It's bad, but also educational.
I guess it is. Dove, have you ever been stalked?
I have been stalked.
Really?
By
Your husband? Your current husband?
By my current. How did you know?
I just had a feeling.
He did. He used to follow me from performance to performance. And I said, you got to get out of here. And he said, only if you come. And I said,
okay. God, it's interesting. I said fuck yes life earlier because you are saying yes to a lot of crazy shit.
I try to never say no.
Never say no, just like Shonda Rhimes, the year of yes.
Yes, the year of yes.
And this is a lifetime of yes is what I'm thinking.
I'm trying. I've filled my life with a lot of things. And I think to myself, if I said no, maybe I'd never cross the street. And maybe the old crossing guard would never have seen my strides and said, you should do this.
Wow. Wow, because you've had a lot of different careers. Well, I'm excited to dive more in and find out where the other child of yours is.
Yes,
Because Christy's 41 at this point. I was doing
If
the
she's
math.
still alive. I mean, living in the Grand Canyon by your wits at 10 is not easy.
Well, if anybody
Could
goes
do it.
there, let me know. You can call me at... Actually, you could email me at baconcansave@gmail.com.
Bacon can save. Just because you're a big fan of bacon. Is that right?
Oh, boy. I'll tell you a story. George and my first date was to a farm, a petting farm. And I said, I love pigs. And he said, you ever want to eat one? So we stole that pig and cooked it up.
What a dark story.
Oh, is it?
I would have thought.
Is
Were
that
there
dark?
children involved?
Oh, no. The children didn't see us eat it. I guess that is a little fucked up.
Well, yeah, just because you said I love pigs, but I would have thought that you were saying that you like the animal, not that you love to eat different sections of the pig.
Well, I don't think there's a... Why are they mutually exclusive? You could like a pig, you could like eating a pig. I guess we shouldn't have stole it from the petting zoo.
That's all I mean.
Okay.
Especially
I see.
because that pig at that point is taught to trust people.
I see.
You know, and
Well,
that's,
that was in 1954.
it's a different time.
Wow.
It was a
wow.
very
You are
different time.
older.
You're an old woman. You
than
have
I
the
thought.
skin of a 21-year-old.
Thank you. I'll tell you something. You ever go to Burke Williams?
Yeah, the salon?
Yes.
I've never
Spa.
been, but I've heard about it. Salon and spa?
Yes, they'll do facials.
Now, how are you getting in to Burke Williams on a crossing guard budget? I can't imagine you make too much. I don't mean to be rude.
Oh, no.
And
it's
George Washington, I don't
rude.
know if he's making, how is he really pulling in?
Well, I'd
Is
say
that his real name?
That's his real name.
So he just happened to be named George Washington and
Washington
look like him.
Look like him and want
to do it.
impersonate him. I would say our combined income is somewhere around $200,000
A year?
Yeah,
That's a lot of money you're making. God, crossing guard, that might be
Combined.
combined. I make about $20,000.
okay.
He
and
makes
he's
about
pulling in
180.
180.
Yes.
I didn't realize there were that much need for. I can imagine if it was a Trump impersonator, but
Sure.
sometimes people want a founding
They
father.
want
I
that
guess.
first president. They fly him all over the world.
Wow.
Just came back from Shanghai.
What? The Chinese just love
They love
the founding fathers.
Love that first president.
Marissa,
Well, this is opening my eyes to some.
are you have avoided at all costs telling people what this program is, talking about yourself or what's going on with you? And I wanted to ask because a lot of people, they they want to know what's going on with you. That's usually how we start. But right
Nothing
away,
going.
you dove right in.
Nothing going on.
That can't be true.
Nope.
What happened this morning?
Why are you asking? Because my eyes are so bloodshot?
A little.
What happened?
I saw Gutters.
You saw him? Is this because you had flown there, unbeknownst to me, and visited him? You saw him this morning? He's here?
Well, I was doing my recumbent bicycling, as you know I've been doing.
Yeah, you've been doing that laid back scooting.
And it was early hours, and I drove by his house, and you know Eric Balls Gutterman.
Of course.
You know, we were on and off again and on and off again. We were like the Ross and Rachel of Marina Del Rey Public High School. But so I was recumbent bicycling past his house at about 5:36 a.m.
His folks still live there, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm. And I looked over to the house wistfully, as I do, and I saw his light on. So I shimmied up his drain pipe. And that's not a euphemism. I really did climb up his drain pipe, which is a lot harder in person than it is in the movies.
Got it.
And I got up to his window and I opened it up, Dawson Creek style.
And
he was there, asleep in his bed.
glad it wasn't his dad or something, having an alone moment.
Yeah, me too.
So
anyway,
then he was sleeping in his bed, and then what'd you do? Peer out until the pipe bent backwards and
that's exactly
let you fall
right.
into the weeping willow?
I don't know if you've seen the movie The Money Pit starring Tom Hanks,
I haven't.
but a similar thing happened to him in that
Was
movie.
it just Tom Hanks in that movie?
Who was the blonde?
From Cheers.
You know, Diane from Cheers. And at any rate,
Shelley
Ooh,
Long.
Shelley
Long.
Long, yes.
At any rate, I hoped that he had recently gotten here from New York, but it looked like his clothes had been put away and he's been living for I don't know how long here and he hasn't contacted me.
I got it.
Oh, no.
And that's when the tears started.
And you're still
And-
now in this. Now you're in the weeping willow tree weeping.
That's correct.
Okay.
And
That's appropriate.
that's appropriate. And I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do.
Call
Because
him? Text?
can I
Email?
open that back up? And at what point do I become that guy from Gossip Girl? You know, not everybody wants to be followed. I already climbed up his drainage pipe. How am I even going to tell him I know you're home? Now they're going to probably see a pyramid-shaped hole in
their
their
weeping willow.
weeping willows, and
Yeah.
So they'll know.
so they're going to know. But I'm just like, you don't want to be found. You know what I
Sure.
mean? He doesn't want to be found. So I've got to move on, but here he is right in my face again. I
Maybe
can't.
he just needs a moment. Maybe something went down in New York. He's back and he's ashamed and he's gathering his wit so that he can then
hope
come
so.
and talk to you. But you know what? You can't put on hold your life while he's figuring his shit out. All right?
Right.
All right, we're going to go to a break.
Ah! Why was that so long and so loud? Not long, loud.
We'll be right back
God.
with more Womp It Up. We're just going to a break. Chill out.
That was shocking. Why do you own this?
It's fucking-
Hey, how old were you when this song came out, Dove?
What year did it come out?
60-something?
Oh, I think I was at least 30.
You are a very old person. Very old person. All right, we'll be back with more Dove Washington on Womp It Up. What's up, Wompsters? It's Jessica St. Clair.
And Lennon Parham.
We'd like to introduce to you Audible Originals.
A new member benefit.
Audible Originals are exclusive audio titles created by celebrated storytellers from worlds as diverse as theater, journalism, literature, and more.
So every month, Audible members get 1 credit for any audiobook, plus 2 Audible originals from a changing selection that you can't get anywhere else.
And if you're like me and I'm on a steady diet of self-help, Audible is the place to get it. You can also get access to audio fitness and health workouts created exclusively for Audible.
Now, Audible has the largest selection of audiobooks on the planet, which lets you fill your fall with more stories like Yes, Please by Amy Poehler.
Or You Are a Badass, which is currently changing my life. And the best thing about it is you don't just listen once to the book. You can listen as many times as you want. I am currently listening to You Are a Badass every time I get into the car because I'm hanging on by a thread.
Listening with Audible lets you get more books in your life because with the free Audible app, you can enjoy them anytime, anywhere, at home, at the gym, while commuting, or doing chores.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do every night when I have to do the dishes. Cram in some more audiobooks.
Also, the books are yours to keep even if you cancel your membership.
Get your first audiobook free and choose 2 titles from a curated list of Audible originals when you try Audible for 30 days.
Visit audible.com/wompitup! Or text Womp It Up! To 500-500.
That's Audible, AUDIBLE.com/WompItUp! Or text Womp It Up! To 500-500. Welcome back to more Womp It Up. We've got our crossing guard. What the fuck is this?
Hermits.
You know,
I'm trying.
people have said, one person said that I look like the lead singer of Herman from Herman and the Hermits.
Who said that?
The very
don't look like that at all.
man. You don't think?
No.
All right.
You don't
I
look
don't
like
think
that
so
at
either.
all.
But I love that song. It's sung in the movie Ghost. Have you ever seen Ghost?
Yes.
So Patrick Swayze is trying to get Whoopi Goldberg to go to Demi Moore Molly's house to tell Molly that she's in danger. Whoopi, her character, says, "No, I'm not going." So then he sings it all night till she goes, "All right, already."
Patrick Swayze fucks
Wow,
Whoopi in that
wow,
movie.
wow.
No.
He gets behind Whoopi and
So Whoopi is. Have you never seen Ghost?
Never.
Oh my god.
Never.
Too
It
spooky
is
for you, right?
a
Yeah.
cinematic master. You probably wouldn't be able to get through the first 5 minutes because the first 5 minutes are a little spooky.
Who's behind who on a potter's wheel?
That is
There's a-
Patrick behind Demi Moore.
He
That's
gives it to
Sam
Demi.
Wheat
He
behind
slips
Molly.
it. He slips in a sweet ghost dong.
Well, he's still alive at that point. And
Okay.
She is a sculptor, and she has a potter's wheel, and they're in bed, and she's just like, can't sleep. So she gets
Gotta
up.
throw
She
some
starts
pots.
making a bowl, and then he comes, and he makes it bad, and she's like, not good anymore. And then they have sex.
On the wheel?
And the Righteous
No,
Brothers go
The Righteous
crazy.
Brothers, yes. Unchained Melody plays. But here's my issue with the scene. Both their hands are dirty. And then there's a jump cut to where their hands are clean. And I think that's an unrealistic expectation.
No, there's going to be clay everywhere.
Clay everywhere.
There's going to be clay everywhere.
gotta show
now,
them
you
why
and
you
wiped
George
your hands off
Washington,
on the
you and
condom.
George Washington have a very active sexual life.
Oh boy.
Because you're a much older woman. I can't do the math, but you're really up there.
That's what's been keeping me alive for so long.
Wow.
Now, George
just
is
getting
the
that
same
straight
age as you?
No, he's younger. He's a younger man.
I got it.
So you're
Got
a
it.
cougar.
Ooh, I guess you could say that. I'm a cougar.
Yellow and black again, right?
Yes.
Is that? No, that's a leopard.
What's
It's
a cougar?
okay.
Cougar's just tawny, like a tawny brown.
Is
But
it?
I think you could
I
just
thought that
call
was a
them
mountain
all
lion.
Cougars.
Think a mountain lion and a cougar look very similar.
Gonna look up a cougar right now.
Can't wait.
Oh, do you have the internet here?
Can't wait. You don't get any of that, right? You're not allowed to be on your phone.
No, you can't look at your phone because what if you're looking down, you're enraptured in Instagrams or
Right,
something,
right.
and there's a child trying to cross the street and he's got to wait.
No.
You
No.
can't have kids waiting
No, you can't.
unless it's for a good reason,
That's
like
right.
traffic.
That's right. That's God. Lot of responsibility heaped on your shoulders.
So much responsibility.
Much like Whoop. Now wait, Whoopi's the ghost?
No, Sam Wheat, Patrick Swayze's the ghost. Whoopi plays Oda Mae Brown. She's a psychic. She's running a scam.
I
but then
see.
you find out
She's
she
really
can
feeling
hear
it. She
She
ghosts.
does. She has the gift.
Dove, have
Is
you
there
ever
a
seen a
scene?
dead person?
Oh.
Well, yes, I have. my mother passed away.
Yeah.
And the casket was open.
So you saw a real dead person.
Yes.
I meant, have you ever been visited by somebody in the spirit world?
Or a spirit or an angel.
I think so. Sometimes when I'm driving my car, I'll hear cluck, cluck. And I think maybe there's a spirit in my engine.
Do you think it's the ghost of like a chicken you stole from a petting farm and killed?
I never thought of that.
Have you stolen a chicken from a petting farm?
Well, you said the pig was too dark. I don't want to reveal too much.
Have you?
Yes.
Because the sound actually sounded a little bit like the sound that someone
Click,
makes
click.
when they,
Like beep beep. Like you undo their locks.
Yes. But I'm already driving, so my locks are undone. So maybe I'm being haunted by the ghost of a chicken I ate.
Something to think about. But that's it. That's it. Do you believe in the afterlife?
Sometimes. But then other times I'm like, how exhausting. That we just have to keep
To
existing.
do it again.
You just have to keep living.
Keep living. Because I would think that issues of mortality are coming up for you.
Yes, I'm getting up there. I'm getting old.
Well, you now. How old are you?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
I stopped counting it around 1994.
Okay, and that was a long time ago. But you're not thinking of retiring.
No. People who retire die.
Okay.
And are you thinking of your children at all? We've only talked about the one,
Yes.
but there might be two.
Yes, Steven. I don't know where he is. So after I let my daughter stay at the Grand Canyon, he said, how could you? And I said she wanted to.
And how old is he? He's older than Christy?
Yes, he was born in 1986, so he is 32 this year.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
But she's 41.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So where is he? Do you know?
I don't know.
Where did you last see him?
The supermarket.
Oh.
Now, according to this logic, because I'm tracking the years somehow, I'm pretty sure he was 1 at the time
Yes.
when Christy was left in the canyon.
Yes. And he started speaking very early.
Okay, and
Okay.
he said, how could
He
you?
said, "How could
the
you?"
baby. Now, that's a hard truth coming from a baby.
Yeah.
Yes,
Turns
and-
to you and says, how could you?
Yes, and I started to question what I did because
Sure,
I said,
sure.
if a
Understandable.
baby-
Understandable.
Baby understands
questioning.
right and wrong. How come I don't? Okay.
So we were at Gelson's, and he said, I'm just going to stay here. And I said, all right. So he
As a 1-year-old Will, was he in the candy section, the cookie section, something like that?
Was he 1 at the time when you left him?
He was 10 at the time.
So this is 9 years
This
post.
is
Yes.
too much
So
math.
this is 1996.
God, all right. Friends was hitting its pinnacle, right?
I'll tell you something. I've never seen an episode.
What?
I know references because people talk about it.
You've
Right.
literally
So much.
never seen
When
an
you-
So of Friends ever in your
No.
life?
So
Nope.
when she made the reference earlier
To
that-
Ross and Rachel.
I know that's Jennifer Aniston and a tall man, and
David Schwimmer.
people wanted them to get together, but she could do better? Oh, was that mean?
I think you're passing judgment on a show you've never seen.
But I also love that.
That what? That she's
That
just
she's
making
doing
this?
that,
That's
yes.
right. That's real. And I mean, what about me? I talk about shit I've never seen either. And
Oh,
I have
yeah.
strong opinions about
Like
it.
the time.
what?
Well, any horror movie.
Oh, have you seen Hereditary?
What the fuck is that about?
Please.
It's an
Please,
A24
Dove.
movie.
What is it?
So that's all you really need to know.
No, what
right?
is it? That sounds real. That
Hey.
means it's really scary. What
Dove,
is it though?
Dove, please
You,
be
Oh,
you
you're
inherit
right. Oh,
something
you're
that
right.
turns you
I
into a
forget-
demon? What?
Oh, yes.
No, really. What is it?
That's about it.
Really?
Oh, wait, was that giving away too much for people who haven't seen it?
No, wait. You inherit a gene that
Oh,
makes
no.
you into a monster?
We might ruin the movie for
Just say
people
it. Just
listening.
say it. Is that right?
I'll
It's not
tell you
out on
something.
DVD yet, I don't think.
But it's on demand.
okay. So people
there's
can
this-
see
Just
it.
give me the setup.
I'm going to watch it. I haven't seen
The
it yet.
setup is very strange. There's a family, and all of the things happen to this family
Oh,
where you
no.
say, no.
That's too much.
Nobody's luck is that bad. But there is one scene that I truly enjoyed where there's a woman in the corner of the ceiling. And
Why?
then she walks out of the room
Wait.
sideways.
Why?
Sound like The Grudge.
There's, oh, yes. it
Why
kinda
was she
like
in
that.
the
Kinda creepy on
ceiling?
The Grudge.
I honestly,
It's a haunted house.
It's not a haunted house.
Oh God! It's so much
I'm
worse
sorry,
when you
I
don't
shouldn't-
know.
I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have said anything.
So You are Dove. You're somebody
Yes.
who, God, I really pegged you for somebody who is just like all sweetness and light, but you like the dark stuff.
I do love dark things.
You like being scared.
I love being scared. Have you ever seen Sister Act?
No.
Wow, really? Because I would have thought that would be right up
legitimately
your
have
alley.
never seen
Not
Sister
even the one
Act.
with Erykah Badu?
No.
that's Lauryn Hill.
I don't want to see. It's another one where people burst out in song, right? Like The Greatest Showman.
I need to exit stage left right now because that shit.
Who is
It is.
Erykah
It's
Badu?
You don't know Erykah Badu?
Oh my God.
No. She's a singer.
I guess I'll see you next
lifetime. It's a great song. Or she's got You Better Call Tyrone.
Oh, yeah. Call
This
Tyrone.
is the song that I met her on, and I'm not. I really stepped in that shit right now.
Wait a minute. Now, you know I'm in a situation. Why are you
This was her first big hit, I think.
tripping like that?
I understand that, but the whole vibe is,
This is it. This is what I want. If Gutters ever comes back to me,
This would be a very good song to play.
this is what I want queued up, right?
Yeah, this is
As
the
I
sexiest song.
lower him
Very
down
sexy.
onto the air mattress with a hole in it, right? And I'm like, you stay there. I'll go get some Digiornos and I'll
There
be
you
right
go.
back.
There you go.
And then I cover my body with cream cheese.
Okay.
I put a DiGiorno pizza on one of my butt cracks. Put another DiGiorno pizza on the other one of my butt
But
cracks.
can I just ask you, instead of cream cheese, maybe some ranch for him to dip the crust in?
Ooh, now you talking, Big Bird. Now you talking. I understand why you thought that was Lauryn Hill. They got a similar
They
vibe.
do. It's
I know that
funky
it's-
R&B, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a Sister Act 2 that
Sister
she
Act
was in.
2.
Because Sister Act 1
Sister
is
Act
just
1
her and the nuns.
Is Whoopi and the Nuns, and she's hiding from Vince LaRocco, who murdered his limo driver, amongst other things. And
But then they're
In
always
real
busting
life.
into songs.
no, it's not a musical.
What?
So there are some songs because she joins a choir, but it's not like a musical where they're like, the sun is out, and then they're like, the sun is out. And
Yeah,
everybody's
no,
happy."
God.
not like what
I
she
wanna
does
check
on
it
the
out.
crosswalk.
I got it.
Right.
Yes, because
raps.
really, it
Yes.
does feel like you are a modern day Hugh Jackman.
Thank you.
Not modern
Thank
day. I mean,
you.
he's a modern day of himself.
Nope, I'm
but
a modern day Hugh
You're a
Jackman
modern day Hugh Jackman.
because I can do the dancing and I can do the singing, but then I'm also dark like Wolverine.
Yes, yes.
Or the movie Logan. Have you seen
No,
it?
what happens in Logan?
no, no,
A
no.
little boy named Logan is also a demon.
No, a little girl's a little Wolverine.
A what? A little what?
A little Wolverine.
What do you mean, a little Wolverine?
you know the X-Men?
X-Men.
Yeah, but this is a horror movie?
No.
Oh, I thought it was like a little girl that just reveals itself to be an animal on the inside.
No, she's the new Wolverine.
Oh, okay, good for her.
and
Good
she's
for her.
Hispanic. And that's nice.
Dove, something I like about you is that you really do welcome all cultures,
Yes.
all races and
Yes.
creeds.
Here's my thing.
Everybody's welcome.
What's the point of being a bigot? It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. You got to
Life-
keep track
Yes.
of what are the cliches about
Yes.
everybody.
And then you have to be a nosy neighbor and be like, which ethnicity just moved to my neighborhood?
That's right.
And then you got to hate crime them, and that takes planning.
Jesus, it feels like you've really thought about it. Like you've had a leaning towards doing some of these things, but you stopped yourself.
Yes, yep. Because, I lived through segregation. I
Right.
lived through
That's right.
women's suffrage and
Wow, really?
God, that
You
was
are-
in the early that was 1910.
Are
I
you
think
over
we won the vote.
100 years old?
I told you I stopped counting in
Okay,
1994.
got it.
But I've seen it all and
Hold on, could you just hold on for 1 second, Dove? Just hold
course.
on. Just here, read this National Geographic.
Oh, wow, it's
Hey,
yellow.
Liz, Lizzler, do you think there's a chance that she is the undead?
Like a ghost.
Like a Death Eater or something like that?
Death Eaters aren't real. That was a fiction created by J.K. Rowling.
That's what we as far as we know, because we've never gone through a brick wall and gone onto a train. We don't know if that parallel universe exists.
It's a creation. You could go to Universal
Well, just so
Studios.
you know, this woman is supposed to be like 225 years old, and yet she has the skin of a 19-year-old woman.
Yeah. So what do you think? She's like Castle Rock or something?
What's that?
It's a really scary show.
What happens?
Well, there's a boy who hasn't aged, and he might be Satan or something.
Yeah, I don't know what we're dealing with.
But she seems nice. So what would the...
Yeah, except she's lost both of her children.
Oh, that is true.
Okay, anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. Hey, so sorry.
It's okay.
What did you find there?
Well, there's a lady in there.
Yeah.
And she lives in South America.
Wonderful.
And she's having an okay time.
Great, great. Well, Dove, should we jump into what's cheesing you?
Oh, sure, yeah.
What are you? Did you forgot that that's a segment
I just got wrapped up.
in the fact that we may be interviewing the undead?
Just it's fascinating because I feel like if we wanted, we could like Forrest Gump with Dove and like be at every like pivotal moment in the.
That's true.
Forrest Gump is based
Oh
on
wait,
me.
could you hold on for just 1 second? I'm so sorry, Dove. Hold on.
Wow. What's that?
What if George Washington is really George Washington?
But I'm pretty. Okay, we can ask.
You're pretty sure what?
I have nothing.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying that could be interesting. They've been living like Wonder Woman. She never ages.
Right. You did see that one.
Yeah, I
Right?
saw that
That's
one.
You saw that.
All right, so sorry. Sorry, Dove.
It's okay.
We're back. Just a sidebar. All right, so this segment, Dove, is called What's Cheesing You? And we're just going to pick something
Super
that,
quick.
yeah, that's, bothering us. Whether it's, my garage door broke or, God, I hate it when people cross when I say they shouldn't, anything big or small.
We're just gonna
And we're going to go around.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she'll go, and then I'll go, and then you
Yeah.
can go.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be
what
good.
cheese in you? What 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 cheese in you?
I'm in the corner.
Oh my God! All right. So whatever is cheesing you. All right. I want you to talk. Can I go first?
Sure.
All right. Here's what's cheesing me. When someone knows that something is not good for them and then they ask for more of it. Okay. And I'm specifically talking about how terrified you are of horror films. And yet you beg the moment we start talking about one to have us retell you the entire story, even though you know that you won't be able to sleep tonight.
That was gonna be my cheese, which is that I don't think it's nice when people know that somebody's afraid of something that they tell them details about that.
But Dove
like
didn't
the
know
coroner
that.
and like running over and like slithering off.
But
or
Dove
like what's a
didn't know
dove
that.
eater? Well, she should have seen the look of abject terror, and even if I'm asking, you
No.
should know. It's like when people are like, "Oh, you're afraid of cats," and then they're just like, "Oh my God, I sent you a cat card." Like that's not fun or
What
nice.
does that make? That's not
I have
a
an
good
aunt who's
reference.
afraid of cats. And so for some reason, we all know that. And all we do is send her cat-themed birthday cards. And she's
So
like,
stop
this isn't
doing
funny. I have
that.
a phobia of cats.
Right, but Dove doesn't know that, and you're asking. I'm saying you need to take ownership of your own healing.
People need to protect me and treat me like a baby.
Fair. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Dove.
That's
I
not
accept your
Dove's
apology.
history with children.
I'm sorry.
I accept your apology,
Dove would take you out to the peaks of the highest mountain in Alaska and let you roam free with the polar bears. You know,
Or I take you to see the nun and leave you.
that's what we need to do.
What's the nun?
We need to take you into a theater.
What's
and
the
bar
nun?
the
No,
doors.
why?
Just like exposure therapy. That's what we need to do.
No, absolutely not.
Yes. That's what we're going to do.
You know, we once interviewed somebody where we talked to somebody. We're not an interview. We were online at the Jersey Mike's. Remember the guy who was the producer of the movie It?
Oh.
Which is a little clown person.
It's a clown who lives in the sewer who
Nope,
says, Come
nope,
on,
nope,
children.
Nope.
Pennywise.
Nope.
He's the same actor that is in Castle Rock.
No.
Yes, a
Like,
Sarsgaard. He's very handsome.
He's very handsome. and
Anyway,
he's very tall.
We
very
said
tall. All of them are very tall.
weird.
All those Sarsgaards.
Wait, is he related to Alexander?
The one who throws the toys on Nicole
True
Kidman
Blood.
in the Big Lie people. What is that?
I didn't see-
Big
I haven't-
Lie people.
Oh, well, yes.
He
he's
throws the
Eric on
toys.
True Blood.
That's how I know him.
Well, we asked this guy, what it was like to make horror movies. And he said, the thing people always ask me about is when they were shooting that scene where they're going down the dark hallway and they're looking at the, at the doorknob, and then it flings open. Were you really scared when we were shooting that scene? And he goes, no, because you know what's on the opposite side of that door? Some fucking PA eating a Cool Ranch Dorito. And then he gets the thing in his ear. Throw the door open. That's what I'm thinking when I watch the movie. And all we do is just shake the camera lens. Now, why can't I remember that when I'm watching these movies?
Right. Because movies are escapism and they bring you to a whole new world.
But why, Dove? If you're somebody who loves beauty and light, why do you want to see such darkness about a fucking small clown that says, come on, children, and brings them down to the sewers?
Because I like to be scared. It's fun.
Makes you feel alive.
It also raises your heart rate, which is what exercise does. And I don't exercise anymore.
And you shouldn't because you have a pacemaker.
Yes. So I see horror movies to get that heart rate up.
I see. Well, you very rarely see that in Shape magazine as a way to drop pounds. But listen, everyone deserves to pursue whatever hobby they want to pursue.
Yes.
Do you have a cheese?
Yes. We were talking about Sister Act earlier. My cheese is Sister Act 2 should not be called Sister Act 2. It should be called a different movie. It's
not the same people.
It's a different game. And it's honestly not a good second beat. It's a whole different story. In the first one, they're nuns in a convent. In the second one, they're teachers. How do they become teachers? You can't just become certified. And now you've got a whole school. It's not
It doesn't hold up.
It's a different movie. I hate that it's part of the same universe.
But you like that movie?
I do not like the second one. I can't get past that.
That's like me and Anne of Green Gables, The Continuing Story. Worst film in the world.
That's my favorite Sister Act. I feel like it's
It is people's favorite Sister Act, and for me, it is not.
Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I
if
really
you're going
like
to do
when
a sequel,
Cheryl
you
Lee
want the same
Ralph-
people.
See, and Cheryl Lee Ralph is made out to be a villain, but she's not. She's telling Lauryn Hill that she needs to get a job that's going to be sustainable as opposed to doing something in the entertainment world.
Well,
It's not a bad tip.
not.
People are giving me that tip every day, Dove, because I've wanted to be a star since I was yay high. But people are saying it's not going to be something what are you going to fall back on? Now I might say crossing guard.
I mean, I'll die maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe.
Why do you say maybe though, Dove?
Because maybe I won't.
Dove?
This is from Sister Act 2.
Hold on one second, Dove. Remember how in Twilight all the livestock is going missing because they're sucking its blood? Maybe she's a vampire. She's
Maybe.
fucking stealing livestock.
I'm not. I can hear you. You didn't.
Pennywise!
You didn't ask me to read the National Geographic.
I was just making.
If you'd asked me to read it, I wouldn't have heard you. I cannot multitask.
Did I anger you?
No. But
Why
if
are
you want
you
to
looking
know,
at my neck? Oh God!
because you have a vein popping out. Oh, I don't want to suck it.
Oh my God!
Just ask me if I'm a ghost.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
Ask me if I'm a ghost.
with more Womp It
Ask
Up.
me if I'm a ghost.
Oh God! Give me one of your scarves, Listener. Give me one of your scarves.
Your stepdad stole all my clothes.
God damn it!
And he taught me how to live rejoicing. Yes, he did. Oh, yeah.
Holy shit! She just floated through some of those
Okay,
books.
all right.
Oh, she's in the corner.
All right, hold on. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Oh my God! I'm so scared.
Oh, happy day.
What's up, Wompsters? It's Jessica St. Clair.
And Lennon Parham.
Hey, we're pretty honest about our hashtag authentic life we're leading, and in the interest of that honesty, I'm going to share with you that I feel stressed and or anxious and or overwhelmed a lot of the time.
Yeah, in a busy, busy world with busy, busy lives, it's really hard to find a moment for quiet in your life, but that is necessary.
Right. And something we have found that we're so excited about that's really helped us is the Calm app, which is the #1 app for sleep, meditation, and relaxation.
So Calm gives you the tools you need to live a happier, healthier, and more mindful life.
One thing we've become obsessed with are something called the sleep stories. These are soothing tales read by well-known voices to help you unwind and fall into a deep sleep each evening. Because just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't need a bedtime story.
It's like bedtime stories for grown-ups, but they also have sleep stories for kids too.
They also have, and this has become really helpful for me because I have a little bit trouble both going to sleep and staying asleep. So when I wake up in the middle of the night, I listen to their sleep meditations, which is a series of 10-minute sessions to help change your relationship with sleep, to sleep meditations that guide you to release the tension throughout your body, soothe your mind, and drift into dreamland.
Or if you're more into music, Calm Music offers sleep tracks designed to help you fall asleep and relax.
Just 5 minutes of calm can change your whole day.
That's why it was named Apple's 2017 App of the Year.
Are you interested in trying? I know you are.
For a limited time, Womp It Up listeners can get 25% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/womp, W-O-M-P.
It includes unlimited access to all of Calm's amazing content and premium programs. Get started today at calm.com/womp.
That's CALM.com/womp.
Let's start living our best life. Welcome back to Womp It Up. Our guest is a possible undead person, Dove Washington, our crossing guard.
Just ask.
I don't want to. This is like one of those things where if you ask, they own you.
So during the break, we all sat tensely across from each other as Dove crawled along the ceiling of the library. Then she popped on top of the
She's
pup
not
mat.
a small person either. So to imagine how many, 260 pounds of you, 300 something, because you lost 240 pounds.
So I think right now I'm 472.
Crawling on a ceiling.
But
Yes.
when you don't have the weight of life in you,
Apparently.
you float right up to the ceiling. You can pop around like one of those
It is
poisonous
wild
frogs.
that you can continue to gain weight even after you pass away.
You'd think those calories wouldn't count.
You would think.
When you were the undead. So that's what we're dealing with here.
I am a ghost. Yes.
I feel like I'm just accepting that because I'm in deep shock.
Sure, that's what happens with everybody. Everybody knows I'm a ghost. I'm surprised you didn't know.
Dove, you tell people this?
Yes, when they cross the street, I say, I'm a ghost.
I
They
know, but we
go,
thought that was for Halloween.
Oh, no.
But
no.
that's why you get so excited for Halloween.
Yes, I love Halloween.
Because this is the time when all the ghouls come out.
Yes. Have you ever seen Coco?
No, too scary. That's not
not
a bit
scary.
Yes,
scary.
it is.
No, it's not.
I don't want to see he's trapped and he can't
You
come
believe
home.
in that shit. You believe
that's why I'm not
that
gonna
you've
watch
always
it.
that you got your spirits around you.
That's
right.
right.
That your
That's
nana
why
has
I'm
gone
afraid.
on, and now
That's
she's
right.
here with
she
you.
was the only person that ever loved me.
Well, don't be afraid. We're not going to hurt you.
Again, why are you staring at my neck?
Because your vein is popping
Oh my
out.
God, she's
When
totally
you're-
going to suck my blood. I'm
No,
so scared.
she's a
I'm a
ghost.
ghost. I eat food.
I don't understand.
She eats food. What's there to understand? It's just what
What's
it
a death?
is.
I still can't figure out the difference
What I'd
between a
like
Death
to
Eater and a
know-
Dementor. So how am I going to figure this shit out?
Well, that's a lot more complicated.
It is.
She's a ghost who died a long time ago. I'd like to find out how. And now she eats food.
Yes.
Why are you saying this, listener?
It
Like,
makes
no
sense.
big deal.
I
This is
have
the first
been-
time we have ever had a ghost on this
No,
podcast.
that's not true. Denise Fompst was also, she was a demon, right?
Wait, she was?
Yes, she was the girl who had murdered her entire family, and then she came back as.
Don't remember this. I
Denise?
put this up.
Yes.
You know
is
Denise?
very sweet.
Yes, she actually is
I
quite
like
sweet.
Denise.
Yeah, and she was haunting herself.
Shit, I gotta really look back into the canon because I have no memory of that guest.
Yeah.
You know Denise. So you and other ghosts
Oh, Yes. Everybody.
Who else
in
is a
the-
ghost at Marina Del Rey Public High School?
Well, there's Susan Murphy.
No.
There's Jerry Whitaker.
Mr. Whitaker?
He's also a ghost.
The civil engineering.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is a ghost.
No.
Yes, the Latino Tom. Tomas.
Yes.
Tomas
Tomas
Cruz?
Cruz.
So he's a child ghost. So he's like
Yes.
16. That meant
Yes.
he died at Now I thought just like me, he wasn't graduating.
Nope, he's a ghost.
Am I a ghost? Is this real?
I think you might just.
Am I a ghost?
No, you're
I'm
not
just
a
like
ghost. You're not a ghost.
Just not
annoying
good at
person.
learning.
Ghosts,
Not good
no
at learning.
ghosts. Okay, let's do Listener's Love Lockdown.
Why
shall
are
we?
you so? Is this not the first ghost you've met?
Oh, certainly not.
There's a lot of ghosts here.
I've done so many psychotropic drugs. and
Ayahuasca
They
and-
open up that lane,
third eye.
that reality, so that you can see.
I
you
thought
know,
the third
all
eye
the
was your
ghosts that are
butthole.
around. Okay. All right. All right, now it's time for a segment we call Listener's Love Lockdown.
Love how we're just going on with our podcast like no bigs.
People have written into us at wompupthejams@gmail.com to ask us for advice. We don't have any training. We just have life smarts, street smarts. And certainly today's episode, we're learning a lot about life and death. So with that said, let's jump into our first question. Hello, Liz and Marissa. Thank you so much for making this podcast. I could listen to you all day, which is exactly what I've done this week. I am moving through the stages of a very sad divorce. And your humor and friendship are a much needed distraction and
so
balm.
glad.
I'm leaving my relationship of 10 years. We have 2 small children, similar to Dove.
But she knows where they are.
She
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really worked hard, and so did she. But I think neither of us was being #authentic in the end, and have lost important parts of ourselves in our marriage. I love her so much, and I wanted to be with her forever, but I couldn't do it anymore. I had an affair, and I'm with that person now. I regret the way I went about ending my marriage. It was cowardly and so hurtful, but I don't regret the new relationship. It feels amazing to be seen and known, liked and loved as a whole person. For a bunch of complicated reasons, I am still living with my now ex. We broke up in February and will be for a few more months. It's devastating to see daily the effects of my actions and the end of our marriage on her. I have always done a lot of caregiving and managing of her, and I still do, which is the root of my question for you. How do I take healthy steps away from my marriage and its emotional architecture? I want a good and loving relationship with her as my co-parent and family member, but it's hard not to act as her partner and hard not to be able to comfort her or assuage this loss we are both grieving. I appreciate all your words of wisdom and fierce kindness to your listeners.
Whew. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I do think maybe getting into couples counseling, even though they are not a couple.
It's absolutely what I was thinking.
Because,
People do that.
Yeah, I think, would need a mediator, because if he were to express that to her, I know me personally would instantly put up a wall and say you're trying to justify what you did. But I think if there's a mediator, I think it's easier for people to be seen and be heard.
I don't know if this changes anything, but the writer-inner is a woman.
That's what I thought.
So it's
Two women.
2 women, I think.
Which I actually think is amazing because they're really taking a lot of emotional care with each other in a way that I wonder in some typical, cliched male-female relationships. I don't know if it's the same because there's a friendship there, I think, and a real respect, even though the affair happened. Number one, I feel like you need to let go of the guilt about the affair. It wasn't the right thing to do, okay? But it's done. And I just
It's
wonder.
currently being done, though. That's tricky.
It's a new relationship. I mean, yes, but we got to stop beating ourselves up about that because if we're staying in shame and guilt, how can we be making good present decisions? And you don't want to be over caretaking of your ex-spouse because you're feeling bad about the way that you ended things, because that doesn't help you and it doesn't help her. So that's the first thing I'll say. And the second I'll say is that, like, I do think you should be grieving with her. I mean, this is the death of that form of a relationship, but it also doesn't mean the relationship in its present form is dying. But what remains after this fire burns out is perhaps something much more #authentic than you ever had. I think it would be inauthentic to say we're not going to grieve together or talk about this. And I think your new partners should absolutely not be threatened by that if they are.
Get out of that house, man.
Yeah.
You got to get out of that apartment.
Like the horror
You
movie
are
Scream,
punishing
the
yourself
call is coming from inside the house.
You are punishing yourself. You're putting yourself in there because you
feel like you shouldn't be leaving.
Yeah, get out.
It's bad.
You got to get out.
You got to get out for both. You need to start setting some clear boundaries. Those boundaries are wishy-washy, which is why it's hard for you to not take care of her.
Because you're having morning coffee together. Well, guess what? That's still being in a relationship.
It's not fair to her for you to be there
Yes.
still and in this new relationship.
How could she move on?
Yeah.
That's got to be the hardest thing that I've ever seen. So you need to get out, forgive yourself, go to therapy, and begin to rebuild with this new person. And it's possible. It may take a while for you to get to back to good with your wife.
You know, Chris Martin is giving Gwyneth Paltrow away at her wedding.
Don't use them.
I
as an
know I
example.
brought it up. Why?
Well, they are. They
Well,
consciously
and guess what?
uncoupled.
We all made fun of that
Any
shit.
man that bounces that much while he sings is not a welcome man in my life. Okay.
Fine, you're not fucking him. Jennifer Lawrence is, or somebody
They
very
broke
young.
up.
Oh, he's dating somebody very young. That's
Oh,
great
they
for
all
them.
love the young ones.
Point is,
Including you, Dove.
Yes.
Now, is George a ghost?
Yes.
Got it.
knew it. I knew. Is he George Washington?
Yes.
Oh my.
And let me tell you, his wooden teeth do pop out, so I never get splinters in my pussy.
Oh, right on.
Wow. So ghosts still have a very active sexual life.
Very, very
You would
active.
think not, because you're just sort of hovering over each other.
Well, no, you can.
You have skin.
Yes.
It's just inside. It's like an Evian spray.
Yes.
Is what I'm picturing.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
okay.
ever see
What's
the
that?
game Mousetrap?
Yes.
That's what's inside my body.
A whole mousetrap?
Yeah, just
Just a
the
rolling
game?
marble.
Yeah, just a rolling marble, just to
Things
sort of
moving up and down.
Got it.
just to give you the structure. It's like you got to hang it on. You got to hang that body on, that skin,
Yes,
that loose
yes.
skin on something.
Well, thank you so much for writing in and give yourself some time.
That's
and
right.
be patient with
get
yourself.
out.
but sometimes we
out.
get out of the house. The call's coming
And
from inside the
also,
house.
Being your authentic self, you need to come to terms as to why you cheated. Why couldn't you be honest and say, I think this relationship is ending, which is a hard thing to do,
Right.
as opposed to making it end? You made the choice. She didn't
Because
even get
what's
to make a choice.
interesting is, and that's what they're still doing by not leaving the house.
Yes,
by
you're making the choice.
Yeah, is you're not
Get
being
out.
you're scared, and you got to be brave.
All right, next question. So I'm 27 and living in a pretty rural area of West Virginia. I've never been in a real relationship. I've tried dating apps, do not get any matches. However, I think my main issue is that when most people are learning to socialize and figure out how relationships work in high school and college, I was mainly concerned with keeping my sexuality on the down low. And so I never learned these skills. Now that I'm older, I'm confident as a queer person and am much more out of my shell, but I still kind of find myself being scared of girls, especially those I find attractive. And I usually end up giving off an aloof or super awkward vibe. I've interacted with women in stores with my friend present, and he literally said afterward, "Why did you start acting so weird?" I'm not into the bar scene, as the ones you find around here are sort of trashy and full of Republican rednecks with Confederate flags. So in addition to not knowing how to meet women, I don't know where to meet women. I would really like to have a relationship that means something to the both of us. Any advice on how to talk to women and or how I might find these ladies would be super appreciated. Love you guys and the show. Marissa, you're too good for gutters.
Whoa, that came at a good time.
And I hope all good things come to you.
Thank you.
So, all my gay peeps in West Virginia, where you at? The last gay gentleman who wrote in has been receiving letters.
Is that true?
I've been forwarding them. I don't know if they live in the same area.
How cute is that?
But you are not alone. I am sure there are many amazing lesbian women who are living in rural parts of this country, have hid themselves for so long, and now are out and are like, where are my lesbians at?
That's right. That's right. And we have said, if anybody hooks up, Wompsters hook up with another Womps, you decide to get married, we will officiate the wedding.
Really?
Yes.
Do they have to pay for your flight and lodging?
Well, I don't know, Doug. Do you want to sign out as our manager?
I did not agree to this.
I'll
pay for it.
I'll broker the deal.
I'll pay for it. Thank
Marissa
you.
will pay for it?
Yeah, Marissa will pay for it. I'll steal one of Seth's Diners Club cards. I'll put it on that.
All right, what do we tell this young woman in rural West Virginia? Where does she go? How does she find these women?
I think maybe getting a hobby.
Yeah.
Maybe taking a tennis class or a kickball league.
But see, in rural West Virginia, we really have to find the out groups,
Yes.
I'm wondering, do we take a vacation, like an all-gay bike trip through Andalusia, or even a Disney cruise, or like we need to go places like where we know we're going to hit a hot spot.
But then she won't be with them.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a long distance thing.
But maybe you could practice.
Yes.
Practice meeting people?
Yes, because really she's out of practice and then she doesn't have anybody to practice on because where do we find these people?
She could practice on the people she doesn't like in the bars because she doesn't care about them. They don't
practice
matter.
on redneck dudes?
How many gay
ladies?
bars are there in a West Virginia?
She might have to go to the next
city,
the biggest city, the closest biggest city.
Is there a lesbian activity group in your city? I was watching the newest Great British Bake Off, and there was a baker on there who met her now wife of 15 years on her rugby team.
Okay.
And I have a feeling that there was a safe place for a lesbian woman on a rugby team. So I'm wondering if there's something like that.
Right.
That you could, even if you don't like the sport, you can kind of get in that world. Like, how did you know this was a lesbian in the bookstore that you were with, when you were with your friend?
Right.
So maybe seek out that, but also maybe get on and do some practice dates on an app or something.
We got to get online. I know everyone's saying I hate online. I get it. But I would say 99% of the people that you see now who have met their person, you're like, where'd you meet? Online. Where else that's what's happening.
That's what people are doing. And also you have a wider variety. You can also meet people like on Tumblr or
now, Dove, you've had some
Instagram.
Experience with online dating as a ghost. Before
ghost.
you met George Washington.
I sure did.
What is your
was that?
experience?
Because they've been together for quite a long time, and
now you're break up for about 6 months in 2014.
Okay,
right around the dating app explosion.
I see.
Got it.
But I went on OK Cupid, and I had some luck. But
what are your tips? What are the tips?
Tips are
be authentic.
Be authentic. I'm a little quirky.
Right.
Of a
Well,
person.
you're undead.
I'm undead, so I try to say something a little weird, just so you know I'm a little weird. And then I try to speak to the person the way I speak to friends.
Interesting.
Trying to keep it very natural, very cash, very cool.
I like that.
But not trying to put on something you're not. Because at the end of the day, what are you going to win?
Yes.
If someone wants to date you because of the fake persona you're putting forward, it's not going to work.
And don't be too good at texting, because what if you're not good in life?
Oh, so you got to dumb it down sometimes.
A little.
That's interesting, because they're going to really put a lot of... But you know what? The other thing, it's like, okay, we've had a lot of these listeners who say, oh, I don't want to do it. But it's like, what have you lost?
Yeah.
Meet for coffee.
You don't know these people. You don't know them a thing.
You don't.
You meet them once. You like them. Maybe see them again. You meet them once. You're like, that was bad. You never have to
see them again. That's right.
It
All
is
right.
exhausting, though.
So we're thinking nearest city and get on some dating online dates.
Yeah, also get on a female-centric app like Her. That's a lady app where it's only ladies.
all women.
It's women and trans women.
Great.
So
Got to be other women in your area.
as opposed
Gotta
to
be.
like Tinder, where you might find a lady who's just dipping in for the day.
You know what's interesting too is like you may have a smaller pool in West Virginia, but you might actually meet people who you really connect with because you guys had the same experience growing up, hiding it, not being really like in practice. And like also, I think we have so many listeners write in saying, I've never been in a real relationship. They're everywhere. You feel like the loneliest unicorn, but really, when you start asking people, they're like, no, I'm 26, I'm 34, I've never found anybody to be in a relationship with. Guess what? You only don't break up with one person. Let it sit. Let it sit. So my point is like, people are like, oh God, well, I haven't met the person I'm going to marry. Okay, because like there's only going to be one person that sticks. So don't worry about it. It only takes one good egg.
Just one good egg.
That's right.
And the rest can be broken.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
There's no more questions?
Let's
No
do
more questions.
Spotlight on.
All right.
And we have about 30 seconds for this.
All right. This is the first time that I'm going to be putting a spotlight on a ghost, which you would think would actually shine right through you.
But it doesn't.
Because as we found, and I'm learning things every day on this podcast, that a ghost is nothing than a pile of human skin thrown over a mousetrap game.
Yep.
Dove, you're already dead.
Yes.
Okay, you're living a full-ish life here.
I think it's full. Ooh, this song.
That's your jam.
Ooh.
That's your jam.
Ooh.
Is there anything that you regret that you didn't do while you were alive? How did you perish?
Well, cell phones, flip phones, had just been invented. And I was looking at my flip phone because I had gotten a text message, and they were so hard to text back because you had to use the numbers, and there's 3 letters per number.
Oh, that's exhausting.
So I was just in my phone and not looking.
You got hit by a car.
A bus.
And there was no crossing guard. This is why you're a crossing guard. Woo, I
Filled
just got
with
chills.
children.
Oh, and they saw your body get
The windows
smushed up.
were open.
Oh, no.
My foot went in a window.
Oh, no.
Separated from your body?
Oh, no.
That's why I have a peg leg.
Oh, we never understood that. Which you bedazzle as well.
I do. I keep it fresh.
God.
Yep.
So if you were to go back, I mean, here's the thing. Do you regret stepping in front of that bus, or has it been a full life as a ghost?
It's been a very full life as a ghost. I would have never met George if I hadn't died. Because we were at like an AA meeting for dead people, except
Right,
it's called a DA, Dead Anonymous.
Wow, where do these take place? Just so we
At the
could give it
church
a...
on Maple and Hawthorne.
Are you kidding me? That's why, I stopped in there once and I stole a donut and it disappeared. When I took a bite of it, dust.
Yep, that's
Dust
ghost food will
donuts.
do it.
One of your famous dust donuts.